Morning, Imi. 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 Ims. Morning. Morning, guys. She's sleeping with me because Uncle's crew is on a business trip and we'll be arriving this afternoon. Morning, baby. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. You need to get ready for school. Was that a fart, Susie? Oh my gosh. So this is her lunch. We're still trying to find our feet in terms of what she likes and what she doesn't like. I don't think she knows what she does and she doesn't like. So I have some water. I got this water from girl. I got this water from Pick and Pay. Nah. I got this water from Pick and Pay. The only reason I took it is because it is a Barbie girl and
Popcorn.
huh?
The popcorn.
Okay. It's a popcorn, Barbie girl, and then we have some peach, some grapes, obviously some apple, yogurt, juice, and some chips. I'm packing light because they're going to have lunch at school, so we only need to pack like snacks. Do you get what I mean? So it usually comes back empty, and I'm hoping she's eating all their food. Huh? Yes, I did, girl. Okay. Thank you. Okay, thank you. I'm so proud of you. Thank you, Lord. Kobu ini ada yang ngathikela abanye abantwana awukuba teacher akunika istar. Amen. Guqula kaloku. Wow, Ims, uyenze phi?
Ndenze
Phaya
esikoleni.
Oh, uyenzelwa ngubani?
Ngumisi wam.
Okay, uyakuthanda ne? Okay, wathini ke ngoku miss?
Wathi good girl.
Oh, Ims, you are a good girl. Did you have a good day?
Yes.
Okay, did you enjoy school?
Yes.
Okay, we're going home now.
Yes.
Okay, sure.
Ubutitha.
Utitsha, uhambile kaloku.
Usame up.
Uhambile chomi. Okay ke. Hey everybody, my name is Nozvele Kamganamayaba. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So guys, today I promised you on social media that I will be doing a life update. Basically this video is focused on raising Imi. Imi is my niece. Imi is my brother's daughter. We've been getting a lot of messages on inbox. Why is Imi living with us? Some are asking, who is Imi? Is Imi my daughter? Is she living with us for a long time? And long term and all sorts of things. I was like, listen, let me just do this video, okay? And yeah, just focusing on some of the transition that we've had to make, some of the changes that we've had to make, some of the things that have happened over the last month since she joined us. And yeah, it's just basically a life update. So let me start here. As I said, Im is not my daughter. I know she looks like me. Like my brother said to me the other day, for all the nonsense that you put me through growing up, I am so happy that Imi came out like looking exactly like you. Not only looking exactly like you, but also personality wise she's you, so that she can give you a run for your money, which is basically what she has done. Okay, let me just start from there. So a lot of people have been asking me, why is Imi living with us? Okay, so let me start from here. I've told you guys once that my mom and I are raising 3 girls. For those that are joining us, for the first time, there's a long distant cousin of ours that basically raised us, or grew with us. She was older than my brother and I, and to cut the long story short, she left our household when she was probably early 20s, and she will later have 3 girls. And then about 5 years ago, about 5 years ago, 6, she passed away from an HIV related disease, and she left 3 girls, right? So the firstborn had been living with us since she was 2 years, and then the 2 younger ones were with her up until a point where she passed away, and then they joined our family. So my mom and I are raising those girls. The firstborn is about 15, 16, then there's a 12-year-old, then there's an 8-year-old turning 9, right? So last year it was a lot. There was COVID-19. People were losing their family members, people were losing their parents. Like at one point, I saw stories of like one family being wiped out because of COVID-19. And even in our church, like in back home, we lost a couple of people, and it started affecting mom, like really, really badly. I think it was also like a mental thing where obviously her friends were passing away right in front of her. So it's only natural for her to think, oh my gosh, I might be next, and all of those things. So I would get calls, guys, like in the middle of the night, yabana ba umami yagula, ma is sick. And I remember this one time, like the elders of the girls called me, and they were all crying that umami yagula. At one point she passed out, at home, and then like the neighbors were called in. It was just a mess, man, guys. Like last year was quite a lot, and she would go like to different doctors, but like there was nothing concrete. Yabona, she was not infected with COVID at any point. So at one point, like the doctors were like, no, I think it's like a mental thing where it's also affecting her physically, yabona, because we cannot pinpoint exactly what is wrong, yabona. So anyway, now it prompted a conversation where, okay, umama is like really getting sick, and she was also causing us a lot of stress because of all of this, talking about like, if I had to pass away, you're gonna have to take the girls, meaning that I have to take the girls and come to live with me in Johannesburg. Yeah, it prompted a lot of conversations around that issue, Yabon, that I think we were avoiding for quite some time, because everyone is under the impression that their parent is going to live for a long time and they're never going to pass away. So to give you also context of what I'm talking about, so I support Ma financially. I pay for the house in Port Elizabeth. I bought the house about 6 years ago. 6 years ago? yeah, probably more than 6 years ago. So they live in that house. I pay the bond, I pay the electricity and the rates, and then I also give mom like an allowance for their groceries and all of that, and also to take care of the girls, right? So I had a conversation with my brother, and I'm like, dude, we need to think about, like, even if yabana, God forbid, yabana, that ma passes away, even if that doesn't happen now, but we need to start thinking about, like, what is the next plan, of, in a case where ma passes away, what are we gonna do, yabana, with the 3 girls? I'm in Johannesburg, I'm married, you guys are in Port Elizabeth, there's the house in Kwamakaki, my brother and his family have their own house. So what do I do, yabona, in such a case? So I had a conversation with my brother, and like we were all tiptoeing around the issue. There was a lot of back and forth, like no solution at one point. We'll see it when it happens. Because truth to be told, what do you do, yabona? Do I sell the house in Port Elizabeth, yabona, in a case where ma passes away, and then take the 3 girls, yabona, to come and live with me? That means now I have direct, yabona, responsibility of the 3 girls. I'm married. There's a lot to consider, my husband, his family, and all sorts of things, yabona, and how that is going to impact me, yabona. And also, guys, on that point, that is why I'm really publicly asking you, like, really politely, yabona. I know this is coming from a good place, but then at the same time it really makes me anxious and makes me really feel uncomfortable. I constantly get messages of, when are you going to start having babies? How many babies do you and school want? You need to have babies as soon as possible. You're delaying school. School is getting older, it's not getting any younger. You have to stamp, your position at your in-laws, and all sorts of things. And it makes me feel some kind of way for many reasons. One, because of the situation that we're currently in as a family. Like me having children, I need to consider, let's say for example, I have 2 kids. I have 2 kids, it's beautiful and all sorts of things. Ma passes away, and then let's say the other option that we have, I need to now take the 3 girls. That means I have 5 children that we are going to take care of, and financially, mentally, emotionally, like at all points in our life is going to change significantly. At this point in time, I don't see like a possibility of me raising 5 kids. Guys, like I just don't see myself raising 5 kids. 5 kids is a lot, okay? So that's the other point. And the other point that I want to focus on is, when you ask me when am I having kids, I'm like, I don't know. Like, whenever my womb, okay, yabana, decides that it's ready to have kids, then that's when it's gonna start having kids. I don't know. Like, this is not me being funny, but I don't know. There are fertility issues, and then when it comes to having children, they cannot be explained. Do you get what I mean? So to say, man, next year or the year after and all sorts of things, I don't know. I honestly, I'm not being funny, I just don't know. Everything is fine according to the doctor, did tests and all sorts of things, but we just do not know. There's nothing wrong and all sorts of, but it just is not happening, and it's okay. Okay, whether we have children or not, whether we have whatever number of kids that we want, it's okay. Either way, guys. So please stop asking us when are we having children. It's not okay. It's like really, really not okay. There's going to be a point in time where you're going to ask someone who's having fertility issues, and it's just not going to be received like kindly. So please refrain from asking people about having children and all sorts of things. So anyway, I was not there. This is not what the video was about. So okay, guys, that was the discussion that I had with my brother, in terms of, okay, we need to think of a plan. We do not have a perfect plan at this point in time. I'll be very honest. So we have a couple of options. As I've said, me selling the house, taking the 3 kids, or selling the house and taking one of the 2 kids or one of the 3 kids, and then my brother takes the others. I don't know. Or I don't sell the house and the kids stay there, but who's going to take care of them? Or I don't sell the house and then basically my brother and his family move into that house and join the kids. I don't know. And that is something that we are still figuring out. And whether regardless my mom passes away or not, but it's just something to think about. And I guess this is where also as families, it's a lot. Like, it's a lot, man, guys. That's a lot. And it doesn't matter, no, but we say it does not affect us. It affects me. Like it really does affect me. And there's going to be one person, okay, guys, I know, that is going to be in the comment section and be like, yo, I don't have kids, so I'll just basically send them to their other families. These kids don't have any other families. Mom passed away. They all have different fathers. We don't know the family of the fathers. So to take a kid who has been raised by us and give them to a family that they don't know, I don't think is the most viable or an option that makes sense. Yeah, for us at this point in time. So that's where we are. So around those discussions, then I say to my brother, you listen, whether or not this happens now or in 10 years to come, we have a situation now where we don't like have children, Usko and I, it will be actually like ideal for everyone, maybe to take Imi. Take Imi. It was supposed to be like, let's try this out. Let's see how Imi adjusts. Come in. Let's send to Imi this side and have her, spend the holidays with us. And see how she adjusts and all sorts of things. And then COVID happened and we couldn't take Imi for the holidays. And then eventually like, okay, we are going to be stuck with COVID for a long time. Okay. We might as well just take Imi now. In January, right, to come and stay for a short while and see what happens. But then as she came this side, obviously coming this side, we had this idea that there are quite a number of opportunities that would like to give Imi this side, and would love to Imi to stay this side, attend school, because she was not attending school when we took her because of the COVID and all sorts of things. So we're like, okay, Imi is growing up, and Imi is quite fast in terms of her thinking and where she's at compared to her peers. In terms of her mind, she's very, very fast. Like if you see Imi, obviously some of you have said this, when you see Imi, you see me. Like she gets bored, you have to continuously stimulate her mind. So I thought to myself, let her come and stay this side and we'll see how it goes. So Aishem, guys, I underestimated it. Yo, Aishem, I underestimated it. For you that have been following me on Instagram and Facebook, you saw the video where she was like, yeah, I'm staying here forever, I'm not going back, and all sorts of things. We're like, yes, this is gonna go so well. So she came in Sunday, and then Monday I was like, okay, she's not gonna go to school because we already found a school for her. She's not gonna go to school, and because I need her to adjust into the environment and all sorts of things. But then after one day, I spent one day, a full day with her at home because I work from home. I was like, sweetie, next day you need to go back to school. Look, you're gonna start school tomorrow. So she went to start school on Tuesday. No cries whatsoever, no hassles whatsoever. Went to school. It seemed like she was adjusting well. Within that week, there was quite a lot that happened. So we took her from her own comfort, her own parents, took a plane for the first time, arrived in Johannesburg for the first time, like trying to adjust also into, you know, the environment where the new environment that she was in. She started school, you know, in Johannesburg for the first time. And also, mind you, this is a Christian school, this is a white school. Imi is not fluent in English. Okay, so that was another thing where she needed to now navigate her way. Is she going to be able to, you know, ask to go to the bathroom and all sorts of things? Do you get what I mean? And then we started swimming lessons, you know. Within all that first week, all of this was happening in the first week. And then we started ballet lessons also in that first week. Hey, guys, I shame. It was a lot. And then by the end of the first week, I already got like been informed by the teacher that Uimi had pinched two kids. There were two cases of abantwana betsukelwa ngu-Imi esikolweni. I was like, yo. And the teacher was like, listen, considering everything that has happened, her movement, probably her feeling like her parents abandoned her and all sorts of things, it is natural for her to act out. Yabona, in a way that she feels like she can act out. So it's natural for her to feel that way. But I have to admit, I was like, yo, guys, I already seen myself like some parent coming to me and ready to fight. Because her child had been pinched by Uimi esikolweni. Like, I was ready to shit myself. Okay, I was so scared. Particularly for the parents, and then obviously for now, for Imi, did we make the right decision to move her from her parents and all sorts of things? I was calling, you know, her dad and her mom. I was like, listen, I need your help. But my brother was like, listen, you can't do this all the time. You need to navigate and find your own rhythm in terms of how you're going to handle her. And then this one time, so I was like, okay, we're going to have a ritual. We're going to have our own rhythm. So after school, every day, we go and get ice cream. And then considering that she has been a good girl, she didn't pinch anyone. So we go and get ice cream. And then on the first week, it was during the first week, so my mom calls and I was like in the car, and I made the mistake of having the the phone call on the car speaker, and so she could hear my mom, and like she was speaking also to Mamba, right, and then I could feel her like her voice rising with each note. She was talking. And she was talking, I could feel her voice rising, and then eventually, like, she cried. I had to park on the side of the street. Like, guys, my palms were sweating, my underarms were sweating, because I've never experienced anything like that, okay, where a child was crying hysterically. Usually, I'm not one person where if a child cries, they go to their parents, because look, I can't be dealing with those things. But now there's no one else who is at work. I'm the one who has to deal with this. And then the other adjustment that we had to make is that we have 2 bedrooms, so it's our bedroom and the spare bedroom, right? And I was like, okay, like, we need to establish a routine immediately that when she arrives. So at first she was like, she wants to come and sleep with us and all sorts of things, and I could see about school wants to give in, and I told her, so I'm like, listen, I don't have kids, but what I know for sure is that if you start giving her exactly what she wants and we don't establish this routine, like at this point in time, as she's new in this situation, we're gonna have a tough time changing it much later. So what I'll do is I'll go and sleep with her in her own bed, right? And then after, like, I see that she has dozed off, and then I'll have to sneak back into our bedroom, right? But then, guys, like at 2 a.m. in the morning, I hear either I hear her calling after me to come and sleep with her, or I'm gonna hear like someone tiptoeing in our bedroom. And it's amazing that I've changed from being like a very heavy sleeper to hearing everything
Like, I hear everything now, you know, because I'm constantly worried she's gonna fall off her bed, something's going to happen to her, you know. We have to lock, you know, the door as you're going downstairs, because I'm afraid that she's gonna sleepwalk and fall off the stairs and all sorts of things, right? So I usually hear her either calling after me at 2 a.m. in the morning, or her coming and tiptoeing into our bedroom. And that point in time, I have to now get up, because now I need to be considerate about school is going to get to work, is going to go to work the following morning, take her to her own bed once again, make sure she's asleep, and then come back to my bed. Sometimes, honey, I also doze off and I only wake up at 6 a.m. And as I tell school, I'm like, listen, I was meant to only like make sure she dozes off, but I also slept. Okay, I am sorry. Okay, so it's one of those adjustments that we've had definitely to make, but we're getting there, man, guys. For example, now she sleeps right through. She doesn't wake up in the middle of the night. She still wakes up pretty much early than anyone else. You know, 5 a.m. is quite early for us. As I told you before, Tina, we used to do our own thing. We used to wake up at 11, 12, you know, during the weekend, because we didn't have any other responsibilities except us. So, but we're finding our rhythm. And then the other biggest adjustment that we've had to make is that obviously now there's a child in the house. Yeah, man. The quality time that Square and I usually had, as I've said, because we didn't have any other responsibility. Now I've had to like find some kind of, you know, compromise. Yeah, man. For example, Imi, in some to some regard, and in some instances, she has to come first. Do you get what I mean? She has to come first in some things. Need to make sure that, you know, she ate. I need to make sure she's done this, she's done that, she's done that. And then I also need to make sure, but now I also spend some quality time, you know, with my husband as well. It might not be, you know, spending more time in bed during the weekend, or waking up late, you know, because we had our session, you know, but having to be creative in some. Ooh, guys, the other thing that I need to tell you about, hey, we've had to be very creative when it comes to our time. Yes, must our time, and our time, like literally it has changed. Yeah, man, it has altered how we do things, and I don't know how to say this without being too transparent, but all I can say is we are literally always observant, but no one is going to knock at our door, and no one is going to open our door, and yeah, I can't be loud, or school can't be loud, because then, you know, the child is going to hear and all sorts of things, and I can't go around in the house butt naked like I used to, school can't do that as well, like walk out of the shower butt naked, yeah man, because there's no one like other than him and me, yeah man, we can't do that anymore. So it has been an adjustment, man, guys, but honestly I wouldn't change it. I said to school, like, it's one of those things where I to some extent, I think I also needed it. Yeah, man. I look forward to it, man, guys. Like dressing her, yeah, man. In her cute dresses, making lunch for her, making sure that she has eaten. You know, just the excitement also when I look at her face when she's trying new things. And I said, she just did like she just joined swimming classes and she enjoys them, you know. She does ballet at school, she's learning English, yamana. When she comes home and with a new word or a new sentence, you know, open the gate. I'm so proud of you, thank you, you're welcome, how are you, I'm fine, you know, the teacher said I'm a good girl, all sorts of things that make me excited, yaman. So for now we're just taking it one day at a time, yaman. I don't know, you know, Imi might wake up like tomorrow and say, listen, I need to go home. okay? That has happened for like a number of times, but we are managing it. My brother might say, listen, bring her back, Yamana, because we want to spend more time with her. Like, it may change and we're comfortable either way, but for now, this is what our setup is like. And we're enjoying it, and we're really enjoying it. So we'll see where that takes us. That's a story behind Imi being with us and raising with Imi, and some of the adjustments that we've had to make. And yeah, that's our family. That's our little family. It's cool, Imi and me. Anyway, guys, so that was the story time for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, bye guys.